Hi, I'm Jonas and this is Sublime Media, and today I'm going to take you through my collection a little bit and show you my top 10 underappreciated records or prog records in my collection. So underappreciated or underrated, I haven't really, I think that maybe they go into each other because I have different sort of reasons for showing these depending on what I felt. So yeah, it's going to be a blast to show you these and talk a little bit about them. But first, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed and give the thumbs up. It really helps. And I also want the comments flowing. I answer every single comment that you guys write down below. So let's have a discussion about these titles and also what didn't I include. I mean, give tips on underrated and maybe underappreciated prog records out there. So yeah. The first one I think is from 1975, and this is Quiet Sun, Phil Manzanera's band that he had before he joined Roxy Music, but then recorded after he had joined Roxy Music. So he went in, he was going to do his solo record, I think, and just got the band back together, and that ended up as the Quiet Sun record, mainstream. Really, really good. This is a 1977 reissue, and sounds terrific. Now, I think that this is underappreciated. I don't see many people show this, and it's a masterpiece. I mean, Phil Manzanera plays his heart out. There's members of Matching Mole on here also, and it's guest by Brian Eno, which does a magnificent job. This is from music, musicians, cover artwork, and price, like 10-15 euro maybe for a good copy of this. As I said, 1977 reissue, but I don't just have the sort of the median on this one, but it's not an expensive record at all. A little bit underappreciated, not shown by many in the sort of the vinyl community, in my opinion. Okay, the next one is 1970. So this is an American band that moved to Germany, recorded like 3 records, something like that. They moved in a commune, and this is the first one, 1970. So this is Sweet Smoke, Just a Poke. When I saw this the first time, I thought it was like a 1,000 euro record because it looks so, expensive, like intriguing, expensive, psychedelic. But it's really not a psychedelic record in my opinion. It's more like a prog, or almost like going into that sort of jazz fusion-esque in the prog sort of genre. So in my opinion, not many talk about it, and in my case, I think it's underappreciated. This, I'm shoehorning this in because it's not a prog record per se. It's more a heavy rock record. Okay, yeah, maybe you have a little bit like prog tendencies, but I'm just glad to be able to show this in a video again because I've showed it so many times. This is one of those records that I tell everyone about. It costs next to nothing, and it's awesome from start to finish. And I'm talking about How Good. They only released this record in 1972, I think, on the Rare Earth label. Rare Earth was a subsidiary to Motown, so they tried to hit it for the white audience, like a soulful kind of rock. This is a heavy rock record from, heavens. It's great from start to finish. Like, try out the first song, just see if it does anything for you. If not, just skip it. But and it's like 10-15 euro. When I got this, it was a €1 record all day long, and you can still find this in sort of bargain bins and stuff like that. Great songs, awesome cover artwork, great label, musicians, everything. They never did anything after that. No one in the band did anything after that record, so it's like a one-off record, and in my opinion that's kind of interesting also and cool that they didn't continue. They just made that record. That's it. Okay, so the next one is an American band called Pavlov's Dog. This is Pampered Menial. This is the first one. I think they released 2. I think that this is strong 8 out of 10. So not a masterpiece by any means, but I'd never hear people talk about this anymore. I think it's underappreciated because it's so easy to get. So many people just, I think that we don't talk about this. We don't see this. It's not a thing. It just exists in everyone's collection. And if you don't have this in your collection, it's like a 10 euro record max. So it's fairly easy to get, very cheap. You can get it for a great price. The only thing that I know people have some problems with is the singer's voice. But then again, if you are accustomed to like Geddy Lee's voice in Rush, or Peter Hamill's voice from Van Gogh Generator. I think it won't be any problem. I mean, the voice is part of the music. Moving on to France, or actually French language, but they are from the French-speaking parts of Canada. 1974, this is Harmonium, or Harmonium, self-titled record. The three first records are musts, in my opinion. Yeah, from Quebec, and this is maybe not underappreciated in that sense like the others, because this sold so many copies like back in the day. They are huge in Canada, but again, I don't feel like we talk about them that often. And I follow and I watch a lot of people on social medias that talks about prog all day long, and this band never come up. I think it's also one of those that we just think that everyone already has it, so we never show it. But if you don't know about this, check it out. A little bit more symphonic than I really appreciate. I have a hard time when it's a little bit too symphonic. Like, I have a little bit hard time to focus. But I also love the French vocals. It's to me, because I'm not French speaking, it's turns me on that sort of like that mysticism of words I have no idea about, you know. So yeah, and beautiful voice. So yeah, this is if you'll take one record with you today, this is the one. This is maybe this and the last one was the reason I did this video from start, because this is one that everyone should pick up. I play this a lot for friends, and I recommend this as soon as I can. And it's maybe a 20 euro record in great condition, like 20, 25, 30 maybe, but you can find it for VG Plus for like 10, 15, I think, in any store. So this is also, I think this is an American group, Carmen. Let's see here, British American, okay. And this is called Fandangos in Space. I think that this is the first one that they released out of 2 or maybe 3 records. I only have this. And what this is it's like flamenco in space. A super spacey prog record with flamenco vibes to it. And Bolerias, the first song, is a desert island song for me. It's just like when you start to play that, it takes off, you know. Amazing. On the Regal also, record label, great music, fantastic cover artwork, cheap. What's not to love, you know? If you have it, please comment. I love that record. I never hear people talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna slaughter the next name here now, but this is 1977. Maybe my reissue is from 1977. Again, like a 10 euro record. This is Triumvirat with Spartacus. Look at that cover artwork. Isn't that like super neat? And it's embossed on the back side. I don't know if you can see that, but these are embossed, standing out from the cover. So yeah, traditional prog rock from Germany. Like, I don't know how to put it in any other way. This is just a banger from start to finish. Again, hard 8 out of 10 in quality and music. It's an amazing record, highly recommended, super cheap, and underappreciated because I never see anyone talk about it. Now, Triumvirat, they released like 10 records, 15 records during their career. So it's not like it's a small, obscure band. Not at all. But again, some of these I just think that we take for granted, you know, some of these records. So we never show them. And if you have missed it, if you don't know it, I would at least check it out. And it's cheap, so you can pick it up if you want afterwards. This is maybe the most known record of all, but this is unappreciated in the sense that it's also like one that people never show anymore. When I started off doing videos 14 years ago, everyone showed this and talked about the first 4 records by Focus, and we hooked each other on to this kind of music. Now this is more in the sort of fusion-esque part of the prog world. But I feel like if you don't know this is a must in anyone's collection. This is like €6, something like that. So a reissue today, in sort of any reissue, maybe a reissue of this also, is a 35 euro record. And you can go to a used record store and pick this up for 5 or 10 in great condition. You get 2 LP set with some of the best prog you have ever heard. So 1977, this is also highly recommended. This is in the sort of the category no one knows about it, no one has it, no one talks about it. So if you don't know it, check it out. This is Tom Newman's Fairy Symphony from 1977. I said, I think it's the second or third record that he released, and this is the magnum opus, definitely in his catalog. It's on the Decca label, so it's on a major label, but I don't think that they pushed this enough because it deserves so much more. This is like Lord of the Rings or Narnia or something like that in audio form. And Tom Newman started out in July, who released their self-titled record on Major Minor Records. Super obscure and amazing psych record that I actually have in my collection. I've talked about it many times. So that's the band he was in. And he ventured on to do solo projects. As I said, this is the third one, maybe the most known, and at least the most appreciated. So yeah, if you don't know this, and I don't think that many people knows this, then I would definitely check it out. A little bit more expensive than the other ones that I have shown, just because I don't think that they sold many copies. Like, it's not that common to stumble upon this. So a little bit more, but for what it goes for, it's underappreciated, in my opinion. And last but not least, 1991. Can you imagine I'm showing a record from 1991? But this is probably in prog, and you could debate on if this is prog, but in my opinion, there's no question this is a prog artist and this is a prog record. It's been called like the Neoclassical, and it's been called like art rock, and I don't know. This is a prog artist. I think that this is the most underappreciated artist of all in prog, and that's Andreas Wollenweider. You get his records for €1, 2, 3 maybe, and everyone that bought them back in the day, it feels like that anyway. Appreciated them, took good care of them. Maybe you had good systems because the audio quality is just from another dimension when it comes to his records. He is a magician on his instruments, but also in the studio. He just paints these audio landscapes that are, and you're sitting in it. Like it's really, you are sitting in the studio when you listen to it on a good sound system or headphones. Just let it flow all over you. Like, so this is Book of Roses 1991, in my opinion, his best record. But you can pick up anyone and just get sucked into his universe. People have said that it's like elevator music, and I can't agree. This is a thinking man's music, definitely. If you sit down and really focus, listening to all the sounds and the music, this is beautiful. Like, really, really beautiful. Highly recommended. This is also a little bit more expensive, but with that being said, when I started out seeking this record, it was maybe a 40-50 euro record. Nowadays it seems like it's more like a 20 euro maybe. So I would get this now before it shoots up back in price again. 1991, they didn't print that many records in 1991. So yeah, that's it. Do you agree? Do you disagree with my list? Is there something that I missed? I mean, I took stuff from my collection, obviously, so I don't have everything, but I would love to hear your thoughts on stuff in your collection that you think is underappreciated. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks you for watching. Bye.